caused the schism between the Protectorate and the Order? The Consul tried to kill presiding Bishop Luthasar.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. The invaders, the Order defecting.
Tossed hither and thither by war's peril. The Order invites you to seek stability and shelter in Matriarch's mercy. While these accommodations do persist, the effort to improve conditions is being spearheaded by Administrator Agarwal, who I have been reliably informed has everything well in hand. I humbly return you now to the previously scheduled program.
Recharge for mayhem! Standing by to stupefy. Hitting the threat. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. I have a fix on their weaknesses. I'll handle this.
For combatant analysis. Vitals critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander. Negative. Recharge incomplete. Fortificator at ready status. Taking the fight out of them. They're benumbed. Combatant scan. Suture me up. It would improve your odds.
That's the range, Commander. This will be glorious. Hope my enthusiasm doesn't get the better of me. Those traitors need to suffer.
Hostile intention.
Weapon prime!
Sharp enough.
Not getting in the front door. Always another way in, though.
Now this is just sloppy. If I wasn't already here to kill all these traitorous fools, I'd be forced to use one or two as an example to the rest.
We can hear those wriggling little grub fingers of yours. Bring them close so we can chop them off.
Stop your silliness, fool! The only ones losing body parts around here today are you and your traitorous friends!
.36 cubed divided by the standard rate of fluid flow, and then you multiply by, is it 30 or, oh, hello. Look at the state of this poor fool. They just left her bleeding out? Exsanguination is an art. Where's the precision, the pride in their work? This is just embarrassing. There's a cultist behind you. Wait, surely she isn't with you. Fine. Just please keep her away from me. Oh. Dear Archivist Clemens has been so strange lately. So distant, so agitated. And not his normal agitation, mind you. This is something different. Much worse. He's like a wire stretched beyond its breaking point. Never a harsh word to anyone, but being in his presence, well, it's as if his stress is infectious. Best not to push him. He's deeper in the facility, working on something he deemed to be of the utmost importance. Either he is still below, continuing said work, or he is quite dead. And with all those cultists gallivanting about, I don't fancy his odds.
Please, with the way my so-called brethren are comporting themselves, he's more likely to die of boredom. If I was in charge here, all of you'd be dead. He soon will be.
Yes. I'm sure you'll kill them quite well. The crazed people like your friend here have been sowing destruction throughout the range for days. I've seen few firsthand, but that isn't because they've gone. Rather, I believe they have become visibility deficient. These cultists broke in from above and immediately set about damaging what they could. I don't know the specifics, just that they can't be seen through normal means.
Their actions are inexcusable. Science allows us to unveil the wonder of the rifts. We do not disrespect it. Now, is there any science around here we can use to find and kill them?
It's a shame the facility is in shambles. We've an N-ray scanner device that may render the cultists far easier for one to locate. If I'm still alive in a week, I'll put in a suggestion to the presiding bishop that N-ray scanners be standard issue. The scanner is an optical device designed to detect electrical signals, and the N-ray is given off by all living beings. Visible or not, the cultists still give off N-rays. It was stored nearby. But with the damage to the facility, you'll likely need to use the maintenance vent on the wall there behind the screen to get anywhere near it. There's no such thing as invisibility. I can only theorize that their visual forms were sent out of phase when they haphazardly tampered with pressurized N-rays. Don't worry. I'll just be here, in my deepening puddle of blood. Is that you, presiding bishop? I'm sorry, I haven't had time to clean up. It's so hard to get bloodstains out of our uniforms. Architect's mercy, thank you. It is so much easier to be polite when I needn't fear all of my bones sliding out of my body. I appreciate your help. Dying makes it so difficult to see the results of your theses. I appreciate your help. Dying makes it so difficult to see the results of your theses.
the N-ray scanning device the scientist was talking about.
My piety is the key.
Killing traitors is quite fun, is it not?
We'll find time for a private word after the mission.
Enemy spotted.
Time to make a way.
You've opened the way forward. Very good work.
Combatants observed. Combatant scan. Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Avoid. You leave at once. You there. You must leave. Is that a cultist with you?
Don't worry. I'm not like these idiots running around here haplessly. If I was here to kill you, it would be no random thing. You'd know it. Are we here to kill this guy, Commander?
You're here to stop me. But if I'm stopped, the consequences will be exponential. Oh, I don't expect people like you or Augustine to understand. My work is humane and must be finished. All else is secondary. You must remove yourself from the range. I don't want your blood on my hands, but I will spill it if you force me. No, don't you understand? If my work is forestalled in any way, so many more will suffer. And I am already much too far behind. I have been forced to enact measures for self-defense in the wake of these cultists. They will serve just as effectively against you. I beg you, leave immediately. Remain, and you will assuredly suffer a violent demise.
Victor, I fully understand the importance of your work. This is exactly why I push you so. Your moral justifications for delaying your delivery are misguided. Dead is dead. What matter is it if their ends come in 1 minute or 3? If you seek to be humane in your duties, fine. So long as I get the explosives in time. But if we fail to act, the Order will be lost forever. Collateral damage was always inevitable, Victor. You knew this. And the longer you take in your laboratory, the greater your risk of being caught becomes. If that happens, you know what must be done. But I should remind you that such a failure will result in vastly more suffering for all parties involved. We need those explosives now, Victor. Let's finish this.
Unfriendly company. They're fine.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Combat probable.
Look at the sad little sprat in his corrugated metal cage.
Why don't you unlock the door and come out, Sprat? Nobody's here.
Ooh, an enemy.
Cannot threaten one who welcomes a
Resorting to violence. Try to limit further damage, Commander.
You, friend of friends, are a greater ally than any number of fellow scienticians. Oh, thank you very, very much for dealing with those cult... it seems you missed one.
What? Where? I thought we dispatched with all of those traitors, charlatans. Fine. Just trying to add some levity into this pathetic creature's drab existence.
I can see it would be best for me to tactically overlook your comrade. Very well. I see you possess our N-ray scanner. Ooh, ingenious device. If I'd had it, I may have evaded being trapped here. Oh, I shouldn't have had to worry. Damn that Victor, and damn his hubris. Fitting that his experiment would cause so much strife, that he would be untouched by the ensuing pandemonium. Pardon my excitement. It's been an eventful day. I don't know the specifics, only that Victor was performing a procedure utilizing processed N-rays. When those cultists flooded the range, they damaged the N-ray canisters. In the ensuing chaos, Victor's experiment was destroyed. I know some cultists were killed, but many more still live, moving unseen through the range. Survived is something of an overstatement. Most of the cultists died immediately upon exposure, and according to past experiments, those that haven't are experiencing accelerated organ liquefaction. I would be more sympathetic to their collective plight, had they not promised to insert every item in this room down my throat in reverse alphabetical order. Although it requires further investigation and experimentation, out of phase refers to a shift in the dimensional presence of these cultists. They are physically here, but only partially, hence their unseen state. It's fascinating. But the outstanding fear for my life has made it difficult to think scientifically. Because he refused to follow procedure. He didn't take an assistant or allow anyone to see his data, and now it's all consigned to oblivion. What a waste. Oh, believe me, this is more excitement than I ever wanted. I shall. Thank you again for your help. I shall collect my belongings and, well, flee for my life once it's safe.
once again ask you to stop. The path ahead is filled with unseen traps. Whether cultist or wayward scientist, you will be killed. I cannot afford your interruption. Once more, please cease.
Suffered extensive damage, Commander.
I cannot believe this. How many times must I say only death lies ahead? Observe. You have been... Time for that is over. Please.
Reviving me is strategically optimal. Thank you,
I never wanted this situation to escalate like this. You must understand. But now, all that I wanted is cast to the wind. There is but one option left to me. To save Arcadia, to ensure the future, we must both die. Because the Order cannot be hindered by war or by compromise. Any obstacles must be removed, as much as I regret the need to do so. If De Vries does not receive my explosive, she will resort to a violent assault. Many will die, pointlessly, and in agony. I can at least deliver them an instant, painless death. I thought this explosive vest would be an unnecessary precaution. All I can hope is that by blasting us both from the field of play, the Order shall find its way to truth. Want has nothing to do with it. I have very specific instructions on how to proceed in the face of contingencies such as yourself. And you cannot possibly understand whether I am or am not capable of martyrdom. You do not know my depth of character. You read my terminal. I cannot. No. I deny what you're saying. Whatever my personal feelings, the Order's success is more important. You're not with the Order. You cannot understand why this would be. Could I explain, the words would be lost on you.
I beg to differ. I'd likely understand any analytical or theoretical justification you claim to have better than you do, scientician.
I heard tell of an Order operative recently being spotted in the field. A legendary figure who'd been absent for years. One who'd be eminently capable of understanding the difficult decisions that must be made for humankind's ascension. That's you, isn't it? The end point?
You are correct, Victor. I am the endpoint, and I am well equipped to understand your reasoning, should it be sound.
Very well. I can spare words with you. Explain my perspective. It won't prevent me from doing what I must. If the Order is not prevented from reaching its true potential and solves the universal equation, all scientific uncertainty and any associated suffering will end. Not normally. The greatest scientific minds of history have made mistakes, and this includes those within the Order. But this needn't remain the case. DeVries opened my eyes. The Order is on the path to absolute truth, and if they are not interrupted, this truth can be pursued. The one right path for humanity revealed to us. Politics cannot bind us. Uncertainty cannot strangle, and no one can be allowed to waltz in and hurl our plans into disarray. What? How do you not understand the present situation? What coward would strap an explosive device to himself? That's not all this. Helping DeVries, completing the work on my explosives is important. It matters. DeVries agrees. I don't want to admit it. As we've spoken, I've fought harder and harder to justify what we're doing. But you're right. I can't fight you any longer. I still believe there are acceptable risks, acceptable losses. But all of this is beyond acceptable. I've been a fool going along with this farce. But it stops now. My relationship with Augustine is at an end.
This poor fool seemed intent on doing himself and us both. Impressive work convincing him otherwise. What say I have a go at him with my disemboweling knife? See what he knows. Your loss. Don't like to boast, but I am quite the artiste with a knife.
I believe that's another thanks I owe you. You certainly keep interesting company. I appreciate your consideration. Things could have been Very different, had your cooler head not prevailed. I found a way to, via the use of processed N-rays, send objects out of phase. It was inconsistent, but I was close to isolating the procedure. DeVries needed explosives for her plan. By making them unseen, the explosives could be placed as efficiently as possible. No one would be maimed or injured, just killed. Saying that out loud now, it sounds unreal. But somehow, I convinced myself that leaving no survivors was more humane. It's a shame I can't speak to a vicar. Here, it is the key to my quarters. Take whatever you find. That will ensure that I cannot use any of it to further DeVries' aims, even if I wanted to. You've certainly convinced me I cannot remain here. May we meet again, when the paths of our lives are at greater apexes. I owe you not only my life, but the sheer knowledge that you've turned me from a terrible path. I will make the most of it. I promise you.
My fellow Loyalists, it is time. Due to the Earth Directorate operatives' continued meddling, we must increment our timetable by a factor of hours, not days. Accordingly, our forces have taken over the monastery. Those I predetermined to be resilient to reason have been executed. The rest should not cause us trouble. I have locked the lift to prevent the agent from reaching the monastery, but the following code will grant you access. 34145. I will continue my work from here, supplying Augustine with everything she needs for our plan to succeed, and delaying the agent as I'm able to. May the results of our actions today secure a more prosperous tomorrow for our sacred order.
Swear I can't lie low for 20 years without everything in the order falling apart. Well, suppose we better head to the monastery now, yes?
Boy, damn it! We've killed every traitor in this place, but their treasonous scum of a hierarch wasn't among them. The leader of a cell. In this case, that would be Ziegler. And extinguishing him is obviously our next priority. They were operating under his orders. But since he wasn't here to lead them in person, they would have maintained regular contact using one of our communication devices. I saw one of them earlier. We should go see what information it will yield to us. I'll mark your map with its location. We need to get back to the N-ray range so I can use the communicator there. Ziegler is in dire need of an introduction to my disemboweling knife.
If x is the square root of -1, and you distribute the two binomials together, then the coefficient is... Oh, sorry. Help you with something? May all our endeavors yield expected results.
I appreciate your help. Dying makes it...
This is it, the Dawn's communication device. Let's see what I can find on it. Not much, but there are a few encrypted messages from Ziegler reporting on a rift in Paradise Island he was sent to study. Idiot didn't even have enough respect to stay to kill me himself. Well, it's of no consequence. Now that I know where he is, let's go show him the error of his ways. I'm not worried. I'll patiently bide my time and savor the thought of his impending death in the meanwhile. We going to kill Hierarch Ziegler soon? My knife hand's getting itchy. Who can say? There was no indication that I've seen. I've interacted with him on occasion. Seemed a decent, loyal sort. As interested as I am to hear whatever sorry explanation he has, not sure I'll be able to control my rage when I see him to ask why before I remove his spleen. Maybe I'll start with his gallbladder? No, I think it's gotta be the spleen. Such as?
Unspecified dangers are predicted in these areas at an indeterminate point in time.
Was there some other matter of import you wish to discuss?
Welcome to the Order of the Ascendant. Relax. Your future is in our hands. You cannot possibly do the right thing today without knowing what will happen tomorrow. At the Order of the Ascendant, we predict tomorrow.
Keep your behavior within acceptable parameters.
So many dead. Places falling apart. One never relishes saying we did predict a catastrophe.
Grand Architect! First an attack on the monastery and now the lift code's not working? Am I misremembering it? No. Unless... Why do all this, I'm sure. Agent, oh, thank good odds and high probabilities you're back. There's been an incident. A rogue faction has taken over the monastery. My seer, Seer Wiley, is trapped up there with other hostages of the Order. To make matters worse, my access code's not working. Without it, I've no way of calling the lift. No, I've known Landon for years. You must be mistaken. If what you say is true, that is damning evidence indeed. But why would he do it? Align himself against the Order? Against a friend? That's a serious accusation. Why would I do such a thing? Far from it. I celebrate Wiley's gifts. I recognize he's a far superior scholar than I'll ever be. No, I can't discuss this right now. The monastery. Peace talks? Yes, Ruth informed me, but how did you learn of them? No one outside a select circle are supposed to be aware they're happening. Representatives of Auntie's Choice and the Order are meeting to discuss an armistice and possible collaboration. It's an unprecedented opportunity to shorten this war. I know I mentioned it before, but compartmentalization is crucial to the success of most of the Order's operations. I wish I could offer more details than that. But I'm afraid I won't be accompanying you. I can't be sure my presence wouldn't alter the outcome of your efforts in prodigious and unforeseen ways. I have full confidence in your skills. You are an Earth Directorate agent, after all. For myself, I regret to say I'm a peacetime abbot. I was never meant to navigate a war. Once you reach the monastery, make your way to the observatory. If the conspirators are seeking the coordinates of the talks, no doubt their efforts will be concentrated there. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you. If only Wiley was here to advise me on what to do next. Please hurry.
I've always wanted to find a mathematician.
And everyone else in the monastery.
Yeah.
Are you sure that rope can support us?
I am 100% certain that its tensile strength is marginally greater than our combined weight. Probably.
Wait! Look! Someone just came up via the lift! It must be unlocked!
We'd love to help, but not as much as we prefer to leave.
Watch out for
Plan
Wiley. He's accounted for everything. He'll know you're coming.
Avoid it all. I told him, hey, body's not even cold yet. Show a little respect. Roger always said he wanted his body donated to the Order if it'd help advance the plan. But I'm sure this wasn't what he had in mind.
Seer Wiley said I wasn't on his list and let me go. He must have predicted I wouldn't fight back. I don't understand. Where's the abbot? Why isn't he doing something? I don't understand. Where's the abbot? Why isn't he doing something?
That's all bluster. We're an unpredicted variable in his equations, and he knows it.
Today, we are that catalyst, setting into motion the future most aligned with the plan. Hold that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate.
On their weaknesses. Staying step aside.
Fine.
Found another one. Damn it. I knew there'd be a high probability of fighting, but I didn't think...
Hey, none of that.
Donnybrook suspended.
What Wiley told us.
Document every corpse you find so we have an accurate head count later?
Well, yes, that. But also not everyone will share our vision of the plan.
Terminating unproductive activity.
An option to join us. It's not our fault they chose wrong.
Assessing.
Sharp enough.
Narrowing the gap to my...
All on the wrist.
Grenade outbound! Advance.
Back instead. Charged.
Time for a quick hit.
Those are N-ray junction boxes. That scanner might be useful to see how this place is wired up.
Whoever wired this place should be shot. By me, then forced to rewire it in a more straightforward fashion.
Grand Architect's perspiring brow. If you try to cite the fourth pillar to me one more time, scientific advancement should not come at the cost of the grace and dignity of innocent lives. That is all I am saying. Armed conflicts are not the inevitability you are making them out to be, Anya, but rather the result of a populace failing to adhere to scientism's stoic imperative. Oh, and I suppose we're going to pretend the second pillar doesn't exist? I must have just imagined reading Alfred Long's 75 Thesis on determinism then.
Anchorites. Be warned. Any conversation with these two may prove pedantic.
I'm aware of the errors of his methodology, but Long's overall opinion is still... Wait, why am I arguing with you about this?
Actually, an outside opinion might be useful at this juncture. Our current topic is whether war is ever justified. For the sake of time, please keep your answer brief.
But what if widespread suffering is already taking place?
Then its causes should be observed, quantified, and a non-violent solution found. You do not extinguish a fire with more flame.
Tell that to the Protectorate.
We're going in circles again. If only we had access to the materials we requested, perhaps we could settle this debate.
Lack of a door, for starters.
You're currently standing outside of an anchor hold. My colleague and I have chosen to permanently enclose ourselves within this cell to lead a life of concentrated purpose. As anchorites of the Order, it is our duty to postulate on the universe's perplexities for the benefit of observers. In this way, we advance the plan through empirical knowledge. We observe periods of rest like all living creatures, but otherwise, yes. When in conversation, we welcome all to attend and learn.
We have privacy curtains. It's less trouble than you're making it out to be.
Thank you. That is the intention.
I need the book Only Real Numbers, The Casualties of Appeasement by Exemplar Kwong. Second edition, not the first. That's important.
And I require Archivist Mahler's dissertation on de-escalation theory. You should be able to locate both pieces of scholarship in the scriptorium. I'd also caution against borrowing additional titles. The scribes are absolute fusspots when their work goes missing. I'm sure I have no notion of what you're referring to.
Good for him. About time someone put theory into application.
What my colleague means is Landon Wiley is among our most gifted and dedicated seers. Whatever actions he's taken must be in service of the plan. I do hope no one's been hurt, though. I see. That is distressing to hear. But as we in the Order like to say, the plan actuates by deliberate means. Let us hope this conflict resolves itself soon.
Augustine? Sure. She's got a mind for provocative hypotheticals. Asked a lot more interesting questions than we normally get.
I will add it has been some time since we last saw her. Not since before the schism, in fact. Why do you ask?
Augustine was obsessed with the Rift. She wanted to know all the potential routes the Order might take to deal with it. We explained that the Rift is an aberration of the plan's natural order, corrupting time and space and creating uncertainty. Consequently, all efforts should be made to close it.
Apologies, but gossip doesn't fall under our purview. We've secluded ourselves here to avoid such distractions, so I would thank you to exclude us from any remote drama. Much appreciated. We'll present our final arguments once you've returned with the research. Have you acquired the scholarship we asked for?
If you do not follow the plan, you'll be terminated.
Alive. Step aside. Swine.
Look, I know this ain't gonna get to the abbot, but I have complaints that need registering anyhow. This monastery's too big for the staff we've got, and it sure seems like the scienticians and theorists here ain't fixated on keeping neat. I might just be a novice, but at 73 years of age, I
Investigating
hostile
Vitals critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander. Adversary vulnerability identified.
Remember that there's more
Eliminate the target.
Still charging. Reset all of the rift. Step aside. Swine.
This is quite modest. Very simple and austere. Can hardly guess who lives here.
The good abbot's intent on distracting himself from the misery of existence with worldly goods never works.
ship Basar has failed this order as its preeminent luminary. And without our intervention, she would make peace. Agent arrives. I need more time to finish my work, so I've prepared a choice for you. The hostages in the card press before you will die unless you intervene. If you go through the door on the right, you'll find the means to save them by solving a simple puzzle. Leave through the other door, however, and they will die, screaming in abject terror. But how could you call yourself an Earth Directorate agent if you allowed that to transpire?
As if we'd fall for their stalling tactics just to watch these poor fools die slowly and horribly, mangled like punch cards. What were we talking about again? Definitely not. We should be the only ones killing hostages around here.
Like the cut of your jib. Hard way it is, then.
Great high probability. Wiley trapped us here. He let some others go, but didn't even give us the chance to surrender.
He's lost!
Let me guess. That safe won't open until we solve this puzzle. Seems like stacking the deck for a predictable behavior analysis.
Oh, an enemy.
A random violence. Diminishing range to
Check your scope for combatant analysis.
Investigating disturbance.
Vitals are in the right, Commander. Fortificator at ready. On whom exactly? Fortification in progress. There be none.
Let's weapons fly.
Anomalous anomaly!
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. You try to limit further damage.
This must be the so-called puzzle they expect us to waste our time on. Looks like it was constructed by a child.
Way to get the ball rolling.
They obviously meant for this to waste our time. Let's just find a way to kill the hostages so we can move on.
See? Didn't I tell you our friend would be there? Hurry! Disable the contrast machine!
I still say it would have saved time for us to just kill the hostages ourselves.
Thank you, stranger. We should be okay here for now. Go pay Wiley his just dividends. For all of us.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Unfriendly company.
Unready. I have a fix on their weaknesses. We're locking them down. They're benumbed.
Threat assessments confirmed. We commence. Estimated.
Back with scan. You've suffered extensive damage, Commander. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
I'm alive. Recharge for mayhem!
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Enemy spot.
Adversary vulnerable. Standing by to stupefy. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Wrist weapon prime.
Ratcheting up my aggression. Hostilities are afoot. Target animal.
For mayhem! Step aside. Oh, look! A room dedicated to the insignificance of human existence inside a temple dedicated to mathematically proving its pointlessness.
I cannot believe Clemens fell for whatever half-baked argument you managed to cobble together. That imbecile. And Svoboda. I thought her more capable. You may have bested my peers, but they were never my equal anyway. And neither are you. You took so long, I was beginning to think my little puzzle actually stumped you. You seem confused. Allow me to delineate on the totality of your failure. Saving the hostages delayed you just long enough for me to complete my work. I was able to transmit not only the coordinates for the peace talks, but also the station's security protocols, giving Augustine control over its automechanicals. She has everything. The Order has been dislocated from its ideals, becoming the opposite of all they espouse. De Vries and I are merely providing a necessary realignment.
All I hear is empty bluster from an amateur schemer whose only success so far is failing loudly at a sloppy plan. This slapdash takeover of yours is graceless and rushed and reeks of ineptitude and desperation. In my day, we did these things with considerable more efficiency and panache.
And who are you, exactly?
Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor, Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
The endpoint. No. The improbability of you interrupting my plans at this singular moment beggars belief.
Our aims are so similar, I'd almost consider joining you. Had you not proven yourself such bumbling fools, dragging me into your mess. Consider how much uncertainty has been introduced into your equations. Can you have any confidence in your predictions at this point?
What in the Architect's computational summary are you on about? This proves nothing, except your willingness to trespass into other people's correspondence, and Joseph's inability to express himself clearly in the written form. I can't conceive of a reason why my survival should matter to you.
Only the vainly short-sighted undermine their own future.
However, as a matter of professional curiosity, let's entertain the hypothetical. I stand down. Then what? I'd reach old age before he managed such a feat. Thank you, but no. No more talking, Agent. It's time I deliver my last prediction to you, personally.
Investigating hostile intrusion.
By my next time I mean a hostile.
Mitigating the threat. Purification in progress. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
crime.
Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Need some help.
Taking the fight out of them, locking them down. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
I'm alive. Swine.
I have grown worried. I have not received word from Archivist Clemens in some time, and I imagine you would have relayed any pertinent information by now. I fear this bodes ill. Without him, our only option is a direct assault. A risky proposition, to be sure. The last thing any of us want is for our plan to spiral out of control. And so it falls on you to seize back that control. Use the methods we discussed to take command of the monastery. When it is done, I will send further instruction. You have my trust. See that it is not misplaced. I'm much obliged for your tireless work. With this knowledge of Greater Tranquility Substation and its security codes, our plans for the peace talks can finally be spurred into motion. However, without Archivist Clemens and his explosives at our disposal, we've no choice but to proceed with our contingency plan. A direct assault. Though the codes will allow me control of the automechs on the station, we'd best accept now that more lives may be lost than previously assumed. Yet we must act unflinchingly. To fail now would mean the end of everything.
We off to the peace talks then? We'll need your ship unless you intend to walk. To space.
Agent, over here. I assume you had a chance to speak with Landon, that is, Seer Wiley. I appreciate the sentiment, but there is now ample evidence disproving that fact. The truth is, I held Wiley back. I kept him from advancing for my own selfish gains by spreading lies and false concern over his competence behind his back. If I had not thwarted his ambitions... No. Those hypotheticals are best considered in private, I think. Yes. Better to focus on our gains than our losses. My colleague's survival is something worth celebrating. I won't keep you. Thank you for your assistance in reclaiming the monastery. regrettable though the outcome with Seer Wiley turned out to be. I had intended to offer you access to one of our experimental weapons, but it seems you already helped yourself to it. You always do seem a step ahead of me. May all your future endeavors proceed in accordance to the plan. Go with the plan.
I don't know what you're complaining about. We emerged totally unscathed.
I'd estimate I'm 43.11% scathed.
Then increment your bravery index. My goodness, you novices in your theatrics.
Have you acquired the scholarship we asked for? Wonderful. Please deposit the titles in that drawer there, and we will review it forthwith. Excellent timing. We're nearly finished reviewing the materials you brought us. Oh, well now, this is unexpected. The arguments in this text seem to have highlighted a teleological flaw I fear my own argument shares.
You too, huh?
Under certain conditions, de-escalation becomes impossible, leading to negative outcomes, including outright annihilation. An annihilated entity cannot advance the plan.
But maybe annihilation itself serves a purpose we're simply unaware of. You were right before. Participating in a war only produces an entropic feedback loop.
simplistic assessment, but perhaps not incorrect. Further examination of the topic is required, but I'm satisfied with this thesis moving forward.
Given your stance, I expect you'll want armor over a weapon. You can retrieve it from the same drawer where you deposited our research materials.
We appreciate your time. If you have a spare 4 hours, feel free to stay and observe our period of silent, sustained reading. Otherwise, until we next confer.
Yes. You may peruse.
Can't believe they're all...
I do recall the Order warning about something like that happening, albeit somewhat indirectly.
The Order was right? How? How do they know? I can hardly believe I'm still standing.
Not in the mood for a random interaction. Thank you.
Lovely day for differential geometry.
I have nothing to say, unless you want to discuss the inverse of the Planck function. In which case, I'll talk your ear off.
I can hardly believe I'm still standing. The Order was right? How? How do they know?
Please keep your behavior within acceptable parameters.
Where do we go now? What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side. I predict that
Ow! My noggin sure is sore.
Greetings! I heard tell that you aided Spider in his little reconnaissance venture at the Guardian Estates. Between the two of us, I sent him out there to get him to cease jabbering about his glory days. I hardly expected him to locate anything worthwhile. Idle brow...
Ow!
say I'm fond of these lodgings.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. Between the invaders, the defected men, there's no getting this spread back to the camp.
It's looking pretty good.
You, the getting go-getter. Welcome. What can I get you?
Back again, consumer? I didn't realize we had more to say to each other. Why are you...
I'm glad you're back. Getting the first auto dock running again has been helpful. Lovely. Every coil gets us that much closer to saving these lives. Fantastic. That is enough to repair another auto dock. This will set us up for a long while. Not that many more, and we'll be able to tend to the rest of the wounded. Still, if you find any more, please bring them my way. It would be marvelous to have spares.
continue waiting quietly until the next tram arrives.
Hostilities are afoot. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Need a better stop!
Don't make me abandon you!
Hold on! I have a fix on their weaknesses.
The plan can wait. Our lines will not. Subjects arrive 15 minutes early to avoid missing their tram.